We're back with another episode. We're back with another episode of Britt Says. How are you guys doing? Whew. I'm alright. It's hot in here. But I'm alright for the most part. I'm doing good. As you can see, my scenery is different. I told you guys last week and the week before last week that I was moving and I moved. So this is a new scenery a little bit. It's kind of reminiscent of Britt Says Season 2. When I moved, I kept a lot of my stuff. Like, me and baby wasn't like, we bought a lot of stuff, but we didn't want to buy like too much new stuff, you know. It's like our first apartment, so yeah. These paintings, my dad painted them. You know, I'm gonna make sure some black art in my household. But these are inspired by some paintings I saw on Instagram, and I had to repaint them for me. So yeah, so that's that. So get used to this get up. You never know, I might switch it up. Probably won't. But yeah, how you guys doing? This week I am, like I said, a little exhausted, a little drained. But I'm here, and that's what matters. So yeah, I hope you guys are ready to chit chat. As you can see from the title, I am going to be speaking about being pregnant. And I felt like it was time, you know. A lot of people know I'm pregnant. I don't know if y'all know. I brought it up. I showed my stomach like on one of the episodes. I don't know if it was last week or the week before that, but yeah. So I am 26 weeks pregnant, which is considered 6 months pregnant. In 2 weeks, I'll be 7 months pregnant. So I'm like, damn, I'm almost at the finish line. Like, woo! It's a little crazy. Definitely. And being pregnant during COVID is crazy. A lot of people think, you know, especially women who have had kids, think it would be easy because you get to sit on your ass all day. But for me, I think I wouldn't say it's harder. I think being pregnant is not the easiest thing in general, but it's not as easy as people may assume it would be. You gotta remember, in general, it's not easy being home all day. It's people who not pregnant, just regular ass day people who at home losing their job, stuck in the house, and they're fucking losing their mind. So imagine being pregnant and being stuck in the house. And I mean, I ain't trying to be funny, but you can't even drink, you can't get lit, none of that during COVID. I mean, like, some of y'all COVID people, y'all get to have y'all little whatever y'all into, y'all get to drink and stuff. Like, I can't drink, I just gotta be alone with my thoughts. And it's, you know, it could be hard sometimes, you know, just being pregnant during COVID. So that was one of the things for me. But I will get into my pregnancy story. This episode, Britt Says, might be long. I'm not sure, because I'm not gonna explain how I got pregnant. We all know how people get pregnant, but you know what I mean. Like, my story of, you know, being pregnant. So, where do we start? Where the fuck do we start with this pregnancy stuff? So, okay, as you guys know, I got engaged at the end of the year, end of 2019, or whatever, New Year's Eve specifically. And funny enough, after I got engaged, I was having baby fever. Like, no exaggeration. Like, I thought baby fever was like a joke, but it's an actual real thing. And what was happening was, like, I would go on like Instagram and Pinterest, and I would look at strollers and baby bottles and babies, and like, it was really, really weird. But we'll get into, you know, a lot of that stuff. So around the time, you know, like, after I got pregnant, I was just like looking into stuff, and, you know, like, I kept telling Femi, by the way, is my bae, hubby. And so when I say Femi, that's what I'm speaking of. So I was just telling Femi, like, I got baby fever, I want a baby. So we did plan. I would say my pregnancy was planned but not planned, and I'll get into that. The reason why I would say it was planned but not planned was because now we're gonna jump into last year. A lot of people don't know, this is something that I dealt with. I had an ectopic pregnancy last year around the same time. that I got pregnant this year. So I had an ectopic pregnancy on January 18th, 2019. And I had to get surgery. Like, I was born fallopian tube or whatever the case may be. So for me, having an ectopic pregnancy, having one fallopian tube, I really wanted to explore if I could get pregnant again. We were never trying. We use protection. I don't use contraceptives because so this is a thing, a topic of discussion, because a lot of people like, oh, married couples don't use condoms, blah, 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 blah. We use condoms because I got an ectopic pregnancy due to using a contraceptive. I used Plan B, and the plan, apparently the baby was already on its way through the fallopian tube, and it got stuck in my fallopian tube because the Plan B slowed down the travel to its destination to the uterus, or whatever the case may be. So, yeah. So then I was telling my like, yo, I haven't, baby fever, blah, 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 blah. So I was still nervous because the idea of having a kid or having a baby still makes you nervous. So, then I was watching Shan Booty, and she was saying she was trying to get pregnant, and it wasn't working for her and her husband. And remember Desi Perkins, and I don't know if you guys know who Vicky Logan is on YouTube. She's like my age. She says she's struggling with getting pregnant. So I'm like, fuck, I should try to start getting pregnant, because these women are in my age bracket and they not even, they struggling to get pregnant. Now Shan Booty and Desi Perkins pregnant, but whatever. So, and then on top of that, I only got one fallopian tube. So I'm like, fuck it, we gonna try or whatever. So I told him, like, I'm gonna start trying. But when I told him I wanted to start trying, I assumed I would get pregnant by the end of the year. I got pregnant immediately. I was actually already pregnant when I told him I wanted to start trying. We didn't use protection. This is like really TMI. Look, I'm an open book. We didn't use protection like a week, 2 weeks before I had told him I wanted to start planning, because we had ran out. And honestly, real talk, not even trying to be funny on some real G shit, I think health insurance should cover condoms. Condoms are very expensive. Like, hello, good morning. And they're a form of contraceptive. Like, if you get birth control on health insurance, I don't think you get plain health insurance. I'm not sure. Maybe you can. Why the hell can I not get condoms with my health insurance? Like, they don't take some money out for that? But whatever. We have ran out. Boom. But I was 2 days after my ovulation period window, so I thought I would get pregnant. So, ladies, stay woke. Just stay woke. All you can do is protect yourself. All you can do is use contraceptives if you don't want to get pregnant, because you never know. So, unbeknownst to me, I was already pregnant when I said I wanted to start trying to get pregnant, or whatever the case may be. Femi was the one who assumed I was pregnant, because what was really the ringer for me too, and he said, when I said my boobs was hurting, I thought I was getting my period, but my breasts hurt in a different way. Like, when I was pregnant, it was like this pain that was so unique. And Femi kept joking around like, you're pregnant, you're pregnant, you're pregnant. So I'm like, all right. Because he kept getting to me, I went to Target by my job. I bought pregnancy tests, and I'm a cheapskate, so I was tight because they only had like the good ones left. I had used first response 6 days sooner, so I'm like, fuck it. And it was $13. I'm like, if I'm not pregnant, you better give me my $13 back. That's what I was saying in my head. So I went and got the pregnancy test. I didn't think I was pregnant because I've had pregnancy scares, I guess, and I wasn't pregnant. So I was just like, maybe I'm not pregnant or whatever. I thought I wasn't. I went to freaking Target, got the pregnancy test, and I didn't even take it yet. And then I went to work, and I'm like, let me just take the shit and get over with. I took it right before I had to clock in for work, and it said I was pregnant. And I'm like, wait, what? It had two lines meaning pregnant, one line meaning not pregnant. And that shit, it happened immediately. It didn't even take time. It just, the two lines appeared in 2 seconds. So I'm like, what the fuck? Like, I was really mad confused. Like, I was just like, okay. Like, I was confused and I started crying a little bit because I was just happy that I know that I could get pregnant. But then I was still like confused and like weirded out at the same time. Like, am I really like pregnant? You know, like I was just like, man, weird. So then I had to tell somebody. So of course I told Femi first. And that's one of my regrets. It's not like a big regret, but I wish I would have did it like a fun way to tell him like I'm pregnant. But I didn't, so whatever. So I had told him, and he was just acting calm but like excited because he was also at work. And then I had to go to work, and I had to go to work knowing that I was pregnant. It was just like that weird. So yeah, it was just crazy. So the whole time I'm just like, oh my God, am I pregnant? At work, my whole shift, mad confused, like, oh my God, am I pregnant? Am I really pregnant? What are we gonna do with the baby? And I was like mad early. I found out I was pregnant when I was like 4 weeks. No cap. I was like 4 weeks pregnant, and I found out I was pregnant because I was like, oh my God, am I pregnant? This is so weird. I don't know what to do. Like, I was just being mad weird at work, moving mad delicately. Like, bitch, if you don't go sit down. So then, like I said, the year prior I had an ectopic pregnancy. So women who lose a child, a lot of people don't understand, and I had to learn that, and we'll get into that. When you lose a child, when you have a miscarriage, ectopic pregnancy, stillborns, like all these unique chemical pregnancies, unique situations, it really fucks with your head. So for me, I'm like excited, but I'm like not trying to get too excited because like I really don't know what's going on. And it's just like when you experience something like that, especially something so traumatic, it really messes with you. Especially a woman who struggles to get pregnant in general. So I'm just like, let me just calm down. So like I'm coming to terms with it, but I'm not really at terms with it because I'm like reminiscing about what happened the year prior. So I'm like, okay, I'm gonna call the doctor office, call my doctor, and schedule an appointment and have them check to see if I'm pregnant. So when I go to the doctor, they do the same fucking thing. They give you a pregnancy test, and you get a pregnancy test, and then after that, you can schedule your prenatal appointment. So I went the next day. I didn't go the next day. I'm exaggerating. When did I go? Oh yeah, I did go the next day. And all they did was like, all we're gonna do is give you a pregnancy test, and if you say you're pregnant, then you can schedule your prenatal appointment. That is protocol. So I'm like, copy. The thing said I'm pregnant. The pregnancy test they gave me. So it's just like, you're pregnant. And then what got me to like, you keeping it? And I'm like, yeah, I'm keeping it. Boom. So I'm still not fully at terms with this pregnancy because, like I said, when you go through something like that, you're not fully there. I took like 4 pregnancy tests at this point, and it kept saying I was pregnant, but I still was just like, I don't really know. You know what I'm saying? So after that, I had a prenatal appointment in 2 weeks after that. When I got to the doctor's office, they said, like, okay, you're pregnant, boom, boom, boom. And I told them I had an ectopic pregnancy last year. So once the doctor found out I had ectopic pregnancy last year, and I was around the same amount of weeks, she was like, oh my God, we got to get you to the sonographer. You got to get a sonographer. Because they wanted to make sure the baby was in the right place. Meaning it wasn't my fallopian tube, it wasn't in my uterus. So I got to see the little circle. It was a little circle, y'all. The baby was a little circle. So I got to see the little circle in my belly. And I'm like, okay. And he was like, yeah, your baby's in your uterus. Your baby's fine. I was just like, okay. Like, I'm still like not at terms with being pregnant because of my past, you know, because of what had happened. I'm just like, I'm pregnant. I don't know. I don't really get it. Like, the baby is just a little circle. It's an embryo. Like, a circle. So I'm like, all right, I'm pregnant. Now I'm just like anxious and I'm full of anxiety. So for me, when people ask me, you know, what's the hardest thing about being pregnant? Is it easy? And I'm just like, for me, the anxiety is the hardest thing. At the time, you know, it took me 20 weeks to my anatomy scan to really come to terms with being pregnant. I'm not gonna exaggerate because I was just like, you don't know what's going on in your belly when you're pregnant. That's number one. So for people, like I said, if you ever go through the loss of a child or something, or pregnancy, you're constantly on edge. Like, so for me, because I don't know what's going on in my belly. Like, I can't really know until the baby starts moving. Like, the baby moves now, but prior to that, I never knew what was going on in my belly. So I was just like, every day is like, and you don't get your first sonogram until you're 13 weeks. So I'm 6 weeks pregnant. I gotta wait 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 7 weeks to see my baby, if my baby is still in my belly. Like it was just the anxiety. Then what happened, y'all? So I found out I was pregnant. Right? The timeline. In February. What happened a month later? COVID. So they like, boom, y'all gotta stay home, work. And around my last day at work was March 13th. And I'm just in the house. And I was happy at first, but now I'm like alone with my thoughts. And I'm just like, oh my God, is my baby okay? I'm not really having that much symptoms in my first trimester. My first trimester was very easy for me, I think, because I was so busy, because I was constantly up. So I'm really like confused. Like, am I pregnant? Is the baby fine? Like even when I talk about it, I get anxiety. Like, it was just crazy. Like the whole time, just like those whole first weeks, that whole first trimester was just so much stress for me. Like nobody never knew, but it was just so stressful. Like just not the idea of not knowing what was going on inside of my belly. Like it really bothered me. So then my first ultrasound, well, technically I had my first ultrasound. My first ultrasound where I could see the baby at its growth was on April 9th. What's going on during this time? COVID, but COVID is at its peak. This is in New York City, 7,000 people are dying from COVID every day. So then I was living with my parents. My parents are older, and my parents were like, we thinking you shouldn't go to the hospital and get your ultrasound. I've been waiting for this day. And I'm getting feedback like, oh, you should go. And I'm hearing I shouldn't go. And it's just like, I want to see my baby. I want to see my freaking baby. Like, I want to make sure my baby is good. Like, I can't sleep at night and I know my baby is good. Like, I can't sleep properly. I barely could sleep during this COVID shit. Like, and then I decided to go because I need to see if my baby was okay. Then this is the realization when I realized, like, oh, this shit is different. I decided to go to the hospital. I was going to SUNY Downstate Hospital at the time. And that's when I knew COVID was fucking insane and that my pregnancy was so unique. Like, anybody who's pregnant during COVID was going to have a very different experience. Because, one, I couldn't bring nobody with me. Two, when I went, there was only one way to get in, right? Then when you get to the damn door, I'm like, is this shit closed? When I got to the door, the security guard there looking at people up and down. He looked you up and down and go, what you here for? First of all, who assigned you to do up and down looks? Do you know what COVID looks like? I was like, you know what? This is too ghetto for me. They cracked the door open. He like, what you here for? I'm like, ultrasound, pregnant, gang. He's like, all right. I'm like, what type of shit they got going on in here? Then you get in the door. They're like, back up. Y'all can't be close to each other. They doing temperature checks. And now all of this sounds normal now because this has been going on for so long. But prior, like in April, the shit was so weird because this is not normal. This is not normal behavior. So at the time, it was weird. Now I've been going to the doctor so much. To me, getting a temperature check is normal. But all of this was like, what the is this? They checked my temperature. And then they said, you could go. You walk, you can only be the only one in the elevator. It was crazy. Like, it was the weirdest thing ever. The only good thing was people was doing their job. Because prior to COVID, I would be in the doctor's office 6 hours, 8 hours. I'd be in there all day. Like, my hospital was crazy. Like, you would be in there all day just to see a damn doctor. So, I went. They were doing the ultrasounds. They had us in and out. Like, they was on their job. I went and I saw the baby, and At the time, I didn't know he was he, but now I know he's he. He was just moving and grooving. I'm just like, oh my God, look at my baby is good. And she was like, the baby's fine. So I was just excited to know, like, wow. It was dope to see, like, my baby had grew so much, you know, from it being a little circle to a big baby. So it was just like kind of cool or whatever, but I still was having anxiety. I don't know why, because they said once you hit 13 weeks you can have a miscarriage, but like I said, when you experience something like that, it is very, very traumatic. And I had to understand, a lot of people don't really understand how terrible those type of situations are. And I never even knew, because I had a cousin who actually had a stillborn. And you could tell she was so hurt by it. And I remember me, I'm a different breed. So even though I really, at the time, truthfully, I couldn't understand why she was so hurt by it, because she never got to see the baby. Like, well, she did get to see the baby, but I didn't get it. Like, I felt like it was a baby. She didn't have a bond, or, you know, like, I felt like it was just weird that she had such an attachment at the time, because I didn't get it. I didn't experience it. So at the time, I never understood what she felt like. Like, I always felt like, wow, she's really, like, bugging out. Like, she would talk about her baby by its name, how she was going to give it. She got the baby tatted on her. It was just a lot. And I just couldn't really understand why she was so sad about it. Like, you don't get it. Like, I never really understood. Like, I was just like, this is weird. Like, I felt like she needed help. And just because I get it now, she does still need help with it. I felt like I didn't understand. I really didn't. So up until I had that ectopic pregnancy, I understood. The baby is in my business, just kicking me. Until then, I understood what it felt like. Because, all right, around the time it happened, let's jump back. Now we're going back into history. So I was just talking about me being pregnant. Now I'm talking about what happened last year with my ectopic pregnancy. So January 2019. I feel like that happened in 2018. No, it happened in 2019 because it was January. Anyway, I got pregnant by Femi. Actually, me and Femi was only dating for like 6 months. So, and the thing about it was that I got pregnant with him, and we had when I found out I was pregnant, we had an argument 2 weeks before, so we wasn't really talking. So it was just like really weird. I don't even remember what the argument was about. It was about something stupid. But anyway, I was pregnant and I didn't know again. But no, this time, this is ridiculous. Let me tell y'all, because obviously I didn't know I was pregnant because I took a Plan B and I took it within 24 hours. So this is really a cautionary tale. I took it maybe within 16 hours, if that. I still went to work and then I bought the Plan B after work, or whatever the case may be. And I took it because me and Femi was only dating 6 months. I don't know, like it just didn't make sense, you know, for me at the time. Then about 2 weeks or a week later, I was bleeding, but I thought it was because of the Plan B. But that's actually a sign of ectopic pregnancy too, or a miscarriage or something. It made me nervous, but I still didn't think nothing of it because I took a Plan B. Then about 2 more weeks later, I woke up to get ready for work. And when I stood up to walk to the bathroom, I literally could not walk. Like, I'm not exaggerating. Like, when I would walk, I would feel a cramp. But it was so painful that I couldn't move. So I'm like, what the fuck is going on? I'm like, oh boy, here we go with this nonsense. I thought I was just having a reaction to dairy or something. Like, I didn't know why, but it was just like weird. Like, it was just crazy. So I was like, okay, boom, no problem. So I was just having a reaction to the dairy, to the milk. I thought that's what was happening. but I couldn't walk. And then I was living with my parents at the time, so I'm like, I didn't want to scare them. So then I kept walking even though I couldn't walk. Because that's the type of person, I'm fucking insane. So I kind of walked back to my room. And I'm like, Brittany, calm down, you know, like trying to calm myself down. Because it was happening on and off. Like, it wasn't like happening for a long period of time. So I just like, calm down. Like, I was just like, breathe. I walked to the bathroom, did whatever I had to do in the bathroom, got dressed, and went to work. Now, you tell me, if you wake up one day and you can't walk and you got to tell yourself to breathe, would you go to work? Probably not. I still went to work. And this is why I'm so big on so much things. And we're going to get into that. I went to work. I'm driving. I'm fine. Get to work. I'm fine. Then about a couple of hours later, it happens again. And I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with me? I still continue to work. Or whatever. I'm telling my boss, like, yo, I keep cramping while I walk. She said, ooh, you might be pregnant. So I'm like, so this is what y'all pregnant girls be doing? Y'all just be cramping while y'all walk and shit? But I don't think she understood the severity of it because I was at work. The average person that dealt with the amount of pain that I dealt with the ectopic pregnancy probably would have went home and would have went to the ER. But I did not do that. I wouldn't say I was addicted to work. Maybe I was. Maybe I was addicted to work. I don't know. I just felt like I needed to be at work. My work was very high stress level, and if I wasn't there, things wouldn't be able to get done. Not because I couldn't delegate it, but because I was understaffed. It was a lot of things that played a key role, and I just needed to get things done. So I went through the whole work day, went home, and the next morning the shit happened again. And I went to work. Then after that, it got really bad. Like, so bad, I went to the bathroom at work and I just started laying on the floor. Like, laying on the dirty bathroom floor. Because I was in so much pain. Then I told Yashira, I was like, I told my boss, that was my boss name at the time. I was like, I gotta go. I gotta get out of here. I have to leave. I cannot stay here. I gotta go. She like, you better go to the emergency room. You better go to the emergency room. I didn't go to the emergency room. I went to urgent care. Let me tell you why I went to urgent care. Because once again, I'm a cheapskate. And they said that urgent care is $25 with my health insurance that I had at the time. And emergency room was $250. My stupid ass. I'm going to hit up urgent care. Go to urgent care. Urgent care tells me, you're pregnant. Mad excited. I start crying off the rip. Mad big. 27. And then I went to urgent care like in this white neighborhood because I used to work around Long Island. And the white ladies just look like, she was like, how old are you? I just started crying because I just like, how did I get pregnant? So I'm like, fuck. And I told you, me and family was like in a weird space. It was only dating for 6 months. Like, I was just like, what the fuck, Brittany? And I remember oh my God, I was so sad. I just sat in my car like, oh my God, I'm pregnant. I'm in fucking pain. Like, what the fuck is actually happening? Oh my God. I'm just like thinking in my head, what the fuck I'm gonna do? And I ain't gonna front. I thought about not keeping the baby. I was going to have an abortion. So, I'm like, I don't know what to do at this point. Like, I don't know what to tell. I don't know what to say. I didn't even tell Femi immediately that I was, let me make sure I focus. I didn't even tell Femi immediately that I was pregnant. I told him like later on that night. And he thought I was crazy because we wasn't talking for 2 weeks and we had like a big argument. He literally thought I was crazy. And because he gave me money he helped me get the Plan B. I was like, let's split the Plan B because it's shit is $50. So he like, didn't I give you money to the Plan B? How you pregnant? So he thought I was crazy. Like, this girl arguing with me. Now she's pregnant. She asked me to give her money for Plan B. She's psycho. Like, this girl's literally psycho. Like, I would think I was crazy too. I'm not gonna hold you. Like, I can't remember what we had an argument about. It was something stupid. And back then, like, on my single wave, like, anybody who know me personally, like, I'll cut you off for anything. Like, clip, snap. Like, I'll cut you the fuck off. Clean. Next day, I had to go to my doctor. I had to do a work in. They like, so you took pregnancy test, you're pregnant. I'm like, yeah, they said I'm pregnant, but I don't think I'm pregnant. That's mad weird, blah, 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 blah. Everybody thinks I'm crazy. Like, Like, I took a Plan B. They're like, Plan B ain't 100%. That's all these doctors' favorite line. And they're right. They're correct. So I'm like, all right. Can y'all do like an ultrasound? Something. They're like, if you're pregnant, the first thing we're going to do is make you take a pregnancy test. This is protocol. And then we're going to sign you up for your prenatal appointments 2 weeks after. So I'm like, fuck. I'm like, yo, something ain't right. I can't walk. They're like, all these doctors looking at me like, girl, you're pregnant. I'm like, fuck. I'm like, is there a hospital nearby? And this day was supposed to be this big freaking thunderstorm. Oh my God. I'm like, is there a hospital nearby? It took me so long to find parking by my doctor's office that I walked when I couldn't even walk barely to the hospital, the nearest emergency room. She was like, yeah, it's a hospital up the block. So she thinks I'm pregnant. So she's looking at me crazy like, it's not real bad outside. Please be careful. Like, if you're going to walk there. She's like, be careful, or whatever. And she looking at me strange. Like, oh, this girl thinks something that's wrong with her. But either way, it wouldn't be nothing for them for the doctor's office to do for me either way. They don't do ultrasounds there. It's just a regular doctor's office. This is like a pediatrician, OBGYN. I walk to the emergency room. It's 8 o'clock in the morning, so I'm the only one there. They take my blood work. They like, you pregnant. This is all day. I'm pregnant. The pregnant lady. Like, the pregnant lady who thinks she's not pregnant. Like, the crazy bitch in the fucking hospital. But the hospital, though, was kind of privy. You know, hospitals know a lot of things. So they took me seriously, though. Even though they kept saying I was pregnant. But I think because I kept saying I couldn't walk, like, when I would walk, it would hurt. But I kept walking. People thought, like, she probably could walk, but she thinks she can't walk type shit. But I really was fucked up. I have a very high tolerance for pain. All day I'm just in there, and then I'm just like nervous, you know. And now they send me to labor and delivery. I guess they sent me there because that's where they could do like quick ultrasounds and stuff like that. And when I'm in labor and delivery, I see all these pregnant women, all these pregnant people, and I'm like, now coming to terms with the fact that I'm pregnant. I'm like, you know what, Britt, even though you're pregnant, you're 27, you could do it. If Femi don't want to be there, because at the time I was like, whatever, he mad at me, he think I'm crazy. You could do it on your own. You got your family to support you. You could do this. And the other thing that was big and heavy on my heart was Britt Says the Podcast. Because I had planned that I was going to start a podcast in 2019. This was all pre-planned. And I was supposed to start filming on January 28th. And it was January 18th that day. And I just felt like this was a setback for me having a baby. And I was like, well, I could just be pregnant, period, like I am now. And I could do the podcast or whatever the case may be. And fine. Like, and you know who I was actually inspired by? Cardi B. I felt like Cardi B was at her peak, and I felt like at the time I thought it was a dumb decision for her to be pregnant, and during such a time where she was so big, but she dropped Invasion of Privacy, and her album was big, and she was big. So I was like, fuck it, I could be pregnant. I have this baby. I'm gonna keep my baby, or whatever the case may be. So I had came to terms with being pregnant at this time, and now I'm starting to envision myself with a baby and a podcast. And, like, I had got attached within hours to this child. And I was just like, you know, I'm gonna keep my baby. I don't care. Or whatever the case may be. And that was it. And I just felt like I was too fucking big to be having an abortion. Like, I'm like 85 years old. So I was like, I keep my baby. I don't need no fucking man. I'll be taking my fucking child. If indeed, because I didn't know for sure what Femi's head was at the time. I just felt like he was angry. But so hours and hours is going by. Hours and hours and hours and hours and hours. Then they give me ultrasound. And he looking. And he like, I'm gonna send you to the ultrasound area, like where they do ultrasound OD. And then see. So when he did that, I was like kind of weird because I'm like, how you gonna see the fucking baby? Or whatever. And now I'm getting nervous. Then I go upstairs and I do the ultrasound with the real ultrasound people, and they ain't saying nothing to me. So I'm like, this shit ain't going well. I go upstairs, and a doctor comes to me. He's like, Brittany Lingard? I'm like, what up? He put me in the office. He like, your baby is in your fallopian tube. You have to get that fallopian tube out your body today. Today? Like, can you imagine waking up in the morning and then you gotta get surgery that day without unbeknownst to you? And it's something big. Like, they gotta go inside my stomach and take out a freaking fallopian tube. Like, you insane? And I'm just like, and he was like, I know, I'm so sorry this had to happen to you, but you gotta get rid of that. You have to do it today. Like, there was like, your HCG levels are extremely high. You have to get rid of your fallopian tube today. You're far along in your pregnancy. I was like, I can't take the pill because it's 2 ways to get rid of ectopic pregnancy. They was like, it's too high. You have to get rid of it. I'm like, oh my fucking God, yo. Like, what? He's like, yeah, you have to do it. You have to do it today. And I'm just like, and he like, you got to do it, Brittany Lingard. He kept saying my full name because it was mad other Britneys there, so I get why he kept saying my full name. I'm just like, I can't do this. Like, I don't know what to say. Like, I was like, can I go home? Can I get like advice? Like, he was like, you cannot go home. Like, he was ODing, like, you got to do this today. Please, Brittany. Brittany, I'm begging you. Please do this today. And I'm just like, I just need a second opinion. And he like, Brittany? Like, he's begging me to do it. So, then I'm like, I can't do this. I'm not doing this. And he's begging me for like 30 minutes. And then he's like, oh, she really scared. She gonna do it. He was like, all right. He was like, Brittany, you could go home and anything can happen to you. You could bleed internally to death. And I'm like, am I going to die really? This is me. Am I really going to die though? Or whatever. And I'm just like, now, because he looking kind of serious. I'm like, I don't know. And he was like, all right, Brittany Lingard. And he getting frustrated. He's like, here, you got to sign these papers stating that you denied medical advice. And when he said that, I said, oh, I'm going to die. Because he was so mad. And then when he said he was going to make me, he said I had to sign papers that I denied medical advice. I knew they was basically covering their ass. Like, I told you to do this shit. You said you didn't want to do it. It's not that we didn't make you do it. You specifically said you didn't want to do it. And if you go home today and something happened to you, I don't want to be held responsible. Then I was like, okay, I have to do this shit. It was so serious too that literally, as soon as I said I was going to do it, I had to sign paperwork. They took some vitals from me, and I was immediately. It's considered an emergency. Like, they literally put me on a fucking stretcher, like within 20 fucking minutes. Like, it was crazy. The shit was fucking traumatizing, and it was just fucking insane. Then I went under anesthesia. All I did was pray the whole time. I joked a lot, but I was really scared. And when I woke up, I was in so much pain. I was was screaming. When I say screaming, I was like, ah! I wasn't saying words. I was just screaming. When I woke up from the anesthesia, I was screaming. I wasn't talking. I was screaming. Like, ah! Like, I was screaming. I was in so much fucking pain. Like, I really don't know how people do it. People be getting these fucking BBLs, and I can't do it. Then I'm in pain. It's 3 o'clock in the morning. Mind you, remember I said I was up since 8 in the morning. Didn't eat nothing. I didn't eat. I didn't bring that up. Then when I told the doctor I didn't eat all day, he said, oh, that's perfect. 3 in the morning, I'm just like, what the fuck, yo? I gotta get the fuck out. And they wouldn't let me leave on my own at 3 o'clock in the morning. But they told me I had to leave. I'm like, fine. I'm like, who am I call? Then my cousin came. Because they would not let me leave by myself. Then I went home. And I was just like, oh shit, like this shit happened. I spoke to Femi. And he, I guess, came to terms with me being pregnant as well. But then when I told him that it was ectopic and the baby wasn't, gonna survive, then you could hear the change in his voice. And he was just like, it was just weird. It's just like a weird situation. It's very sad. After that, funny story. Sorry, I'm back in Brooklyn. If you hear that noise, the sirens. I went through a deep slump. But it was so funny. I'll try to find the clip. I was like, I'm not gonna let this ectopic pregnancy, this surgery ruin my life. I'm still gonna do Britt Says. And I filmed an episode of Britt Says. Oh, and I went back to work in 3 days, which was a poor decision. Even the doctor was like, Brittany, I know these doctors like, this girl thinks she know it fucking all. You want to go back to work in 3 days? That's how he looked at me. And I'm just like, yeah, I gotta go back to work. Whatever. I could, like, my body was fucked up. I still filmed the first episode of Britt Says, which was the bonus episode in Britt Says season 1, and I also spoke about that on my IG page where I was like, oh, I made a bonus episode. This was the first episode of Britt Says, blah, blah, blah. So, even in the beginning of the video, I saw myself walking to the chair. I was like limping. I'll see if I can find it. I probably won't. But, yeah, it was crazy. It was fucking insane. Like, I went through a really deep slump and nobody knew. Like, first I went crazy. That was the first step, because I had surgery, but I was like, going through this phase where I didn't know what happened to me. Like, I felt like I didn't know what happened because I couldn't see what happened, because I was sleeping, because it happened inside my stomach. So I'm like, what if they didn't take out my fallopian tube? What if they took both of them? How am I supposed to know what's going on in my stomach? I started going loopy, and I called the hospital. And I'll never forget, I called the hospital, and the operator was so nice to me. She was like, well, they said you only got your right fallopian tube taken out. You should be fine. Don't worry. You can go to the doctor if you want. Like, she was being calm. Like, she could tell, like, I was loopy. Like, I was losing my shit. Oh, and they put me on fucking Motrin. They didn't even give me no Vicodin. No, what's the other one? Codeine. So, I was in pain. Whatever. So, I'm like, losing it. Like, I'm imagining that other things happened to me that probably didn't happen to me. So I went from going crazy to calming down. Then I filmed Britt Says. And then I was like, Brittany, calm down. Your main focus is to heal. So I'm going to work limping, stomach fucked up. Nobody gives a fuck. I'm still doing my job. Lifting men, bugging the fuck out clean. Like, fucked up. Just working, bitch. And this is my thing too. If you're watching this episode, never take your job seriously. Not like that was a bad thing. Don't go so hard at your job, because you know what? I don't know how to say this the correct way. I'm trying to find the right way to say this, but I don't know. Don't put your job before you or your health. That's a good thing. These jobs don't give a fuck about you. At the time I was looking at Ep.31, I understand that people didn't know what I was going through, but I almost lost my life because of that job. I went back to work fucked up because of that job. And around the time, as you guys know, Ep.31 was filing for bankruptcy. While I was working there, I already knew the company was failing because I was a manager there, a visual manager. So you get KPI reports, you see the numbers, you see them fucking up, the company just crumbling to the floor. So I already knew what it was. But around the time, when you work in retail, CEOs and corporate, they don't like to look at themselves in the mirror. They like to point the finger at you. So they was just blaming all the management in our store for everything. And it just felt like, damn, y'all really going mad hard on me right now. And I'm really giving y'all blood, sweat, and tears in here. Understaffed, trying to hire, fucked up, lost a baby, came to work in 3 days after fucking surgery. And y'all motherfuckers don't give a fuck. Like, even though they didn't know, it just goes to show, like, to them, it looked like she ain't doing enough. And to me, I was giving my all, literally and figuratively. Like, I was literally killing myself, you know, at that job. Like, literally. Like, I was really trying. And because the company was failing, they couldn't see that. And it wasn't even our fault. Retail is failing in general. Just general, but on a corporate level, when people who work in corporate, if they're not on the field, they don't get it. They think it's you as a manager. It's what you're doing. It's what your staff is doing. No, my nigga. Online taking this shit over. Like, people are shopping online. They not coming to stores like that no more. Like they said, people don't want these shirts with pizzas on it and shit. Like, niggas don't want that Cheetos collection. Like, it's clipped. Like, it was donezo. Like, all we could do is what we can. Y'all got too much fucking clothes. Like, it was just so much stuff I won't get into detail about because that's like a different conversation. But they was trying to get rid of all of us, driving us insane, just talking mad shit. And it was like, damn, like, it really taught me, like, I can't kill myself for nobody. Like, because you won't give them your all, and if you ain't giving them enough, it still won't be enough for them. So, I was so stressed out. And I went through depression, too. A real depression. And I say that because I remember prior to this happening, I always just be like, I'm depressed. Until you really depressed, you'll never say that shit again. Like, I could be at work and Forever 21 people walk in the store constantly. I could hear nothing. Like, it felt silent all the time. I was a wreck. Like, but it was weird because I was a high functioning depressed person. Like, you ever heard that term? That's a real term. Like, I could go to work in the morning. I was filming Britt Says, editing, smiling on camera. Like, the shit was sick. Like, it was really sickening. Like, when I think about it, it scares me. It really fucking scares me to think. Like, that's why I'm so sympathetic to people. Like, I try to be like, you don't know what people's really going through. You really don't. Like, for real. Like, real talk. Even when, like, it was scary to know, like, to watch myself. Like, or see how people viewed me. Like, it was so scary. Like, I was, like, crying all the time, randomly, drinking, and nobody was really there for me. Like, I felt like I was doing it all on my own, and the only person that really was there emotionally, physically, mentally, emotionally was Femi. He was already sad because it was his kid too, and then I don't know, he was just there. Like, that's why men need women around, because he said he told his mother, he told his sister, and they was just like, oh, like, they went crazy. His mother started crying and stuff. And he was just, when I would call him, he would just say the right thing. Like, he did what he had to do. When nobody else was doing it, he was there. Like, real talk. I stopped talking to him though after it happened because it was bad, y'all. Like, when I looked at him, it reminded me of everything that happened. Like, it would make you think, like, if I never met him, this would never happen. Like, it was crazy. Like, I lost my attraction to him, so I just stopped talking to him for like 2 or 3 months, I think. February, March, April, 3 months. And then I missed him. And then I had caught him in like May or whatever. But I was like bad. Like, and people never knew. Like, I would go on camera, I would put on my makeup, I would film the episode. So Britt Says was keeping me sane in hindsight. But after I would edit, after I would take my pictures and do everything, I had to deal with myself. And I would go into a slump. So it was like, Britt Says was like in some way saving my life. But, at the same time, it wasn't. It was something I had to do every week. And I had to focus on and, like, figure out how I was going to do it. And I had to teach myself things because I didn't know how to really make a podcast. It was something new for me. And so it kept me so busy. But I was still fucked up in the head. And I'll be open, like, this is serious. I even became suicidal at one point because I felt like, one, because of what had happened, I couldn't have a kid again, even though, statistically speaking, 85% of people who have ectopic pregnancy get pregnant again. I felt like I lost, I felt like I lost Femi, and I was already having bad dating experience. So I was like, I'm never going to find love. I was still living with my parents at the time. I felt like I was never going to like move out my parents' house. I hated my job. So I'm like, I still don't have a career. Like, it was just like all the 4 things that people find important, I couldn't get right. And I just felt like I can't have kids. I can't find a man. I can't get a good job. I can't move out my parents' house. What the fuck am I here for? Like, I feel like this shit is pointless. This shit is fucking hopeless. Like, what am I doing? Like, what is the fucking point of all of this life shit? Like, what am I doing here? Like, what am I doing? Like, what's the point? What is the fucking point of me actually being here? Or whatever the case may be. So, I thought about it. Like, real talk. And I'm just like, well, how I'm gonna do this shit? Because I'm real, like, pussy when it comes to stuff like that. But I really thought about it. Like, dead ass. Like, I was just like, this shit is pointless at this point. Like, what the fuck am I actually even doing right now? Like, what am I doing? What am I doing here? Like, what is my purpose on earth, you know? I don't know what saved me. What kept me here? I think it could have been the podcast. Cause around the time, all right. From January to February, I was focused on healing. So I wanted my body to heal. And I was filming Britt or whatever. Then I healed by the beginning of March. So my body was fine. Then I was focused on getting my period again. Because I'm like, if I get my period again, why is my period not here? I can't get pregnant again if I don't get my period. Then my period came. Then once all the stuff that I was worried about finished, that's when I started getting depressed. Because I started thinking about everything. Because I was so focused on healing that I wasn't thinking about everything else. Then April 8th came when the podcast came out. And I got good feedback. And it was just like exciting. And I took the pictures. And I was like, whatever. But I was still like kind of in the slump. And all through all of this, I don't know if y'all been here since season 1. I was on fucking Instagram, Snapchat. Like, this is when I was really good at social media. Coming to think about social media. For my last week's episode, I was really good at social media around this time. Like, I would go on the internet and be like, it's Monday. You already know. Britt says episode 2 is up. Go watch. Blah, blah, blah. Like, I was the most. Like, you would never fucking know. And this is why I'm so big on mental health. And even when people commit suicide and their family's like, he never or she never showed signs. I just saw them last week. They were fine. I just spoke. It really be like that. Like, dead ass, you really don't know what people be really going through. Like, this shit is not even a joke. Like, motherfuckers be dead ass going to work, doing regular shit, and really be fucked up in the head. That was big fact to me. Like, really playing online, playing on the internet, smiling, ha ha ha, kiki. Like, shit is not funny. Like, but then when the phone was down, when the camera closed, when the lights turn off, psychopaths. Like, real talk. Like, it's scary. Then in May, I started talking back to Femi. I called him. He answered immediately. And he was just open ears, open arms. And he really stuck by me because when I came back, I still didn't come back in full effect. Like, I still wasn't fully attracted to him because of everything. It wasn't just him. It was just like, it was bad. Like, when he would kiss me, I would get cringy. And it wasn't because of him. And he stuck by me. A lot of men won't stick by you. You don't want to sleep with them. You don't want to kiss them. You don't want to hug them. And he just kept trying with me. And it was also a combination of work. And he just kept sticking by me. Like, he stood by me when I was really at my worst. Like, real talk. Like, he really stood there. Like, believed, like, we was going to be all right. And we did end up all right. Then I had left my job. Well, yeah, I had left. And as soon as I left my job, too, that's why I found work is key. I snapped back into reality, too. So that also saved my life leaving work. But let me step back, too. Prior to me leaving my job, I had went on stress leave for 2 weeks because I was really stressed out. Like, Forever 21 was on this kick where every day they was trying to change stuff. They were trying to do stuff. And they had wanted me to do something. Like, this shit is unrealistic. I'm not going to be able to get it done. So I had to find a way to get the fuck out of there. Like, to get the fuck out of that situation. That was really what it was. And I used my ectopic pregnancy to my advantage. But in hindsight, I really needed that break. Because when I went to my doctor and I was like, I need to leave work. I need stress leave. I need a doctor to sign off for stress leave. I had ectopic pregnancy at the top of the year and I'm dealing with PTSD. But when I said it, I was like breaking down when I was saying it. I'm like, oh bitch, you're really crazy. Like, you really need help. So I went to the doctor. They got me an appointment at 12. She spoke to me. She was like, you get your stress leave, but you have to get therapy. She required me to get therapy. So I went to therapy, took my stress leave, and I only went to 2 sessions. I've been to therapy before though. I don't remember what year. It was like 2015, I want to say, for 3 years. I went to therapy, and the therapy helped, even though it was only 2 sessions I went to. And, it gave me insight. 1, it showed me that I was deeply in love with Femi. 1. 2, it showed me also that not everybody's going to understand what I've been through, and I have to come to terms with that. And that was helpful, knowing that not everybody's going to understand my situation. You know what I'm saying? Like, I have to come to terms with that. That's also part of the process of healing, is that you might be alone in this shit. She wanted me to go to like a thing with other people who've been through loss of kids, but I wasn't interested in that. But when she told me, I was like, that is important to understand. That people not gonna understand me or what I've been through. They don't. The other thing, she showed me, like, you're really insightful. Like, she it's 2 types of therapists. They'll tell you straight the fuck up what it is and what it ain't with you. And then you got the ones that'll get you to say it out loud. And that's what she was doing with me. And I was like, all right, boom. And she was even telling me, maybe I should leave my job. And I was like, yeah, but I got bills to pay. She was like, yeah, that's the thing. Like people do this shit every day. And whatever. So it was just funny that I ended up having to get out of there. Anyway, I took my little 2 therapy sessions, got out of it what I needed. My stress leave, and I had to leave. As soon as I left my job, though, me and Femi's love life went, like, in a good way. Like, the sex drive was back. Everything just went back perfect. Like, even Femi was like, you need to get a job. You need to go back to work. I had 2 jobs, though. So I had a job still, but the other job was less stressful. He's like, you need to go back to work. You need to get a job. Like, he used to be ODing on me or whatever the case would be. So, leaving work kind of calmed me down a little bit, too. After I did that, I moved out my parents' house. Moving is also very stressful. We talked about this. So, I already, lost a baby. Now I'm moving out. Like, I was doing the fucking most 2019. Like, moving out was cool. Loved that. That was exciting for me. And, through all of this, a lot of people didn't know that, I had left my job. Nobody knew I was moving. That was a choice that I made on my own. We spoke about this in between seasons and stuff like that. And, like I said, for me, he was just there for me. Like, he stuck by me, like, never judged me. He judged me sometimes, but you know what I'm saying? Like, he rocked with me. Like, he just rolled with me, rolled through the punches and shit like that. So, he rocked with me. He rolled through the trenches with me when, people really did. I don't want to say people didn't understand what I was going through, even though they didn't. I didn't really express too much, but a lot of people didn't know what I went through, but I just felt like the energy wasn't there, but people not going to always understand. And I had to really, fight through all of this, and I fought with him through it. And I never really forgave him for a long time through our relationship for it. And then I went to LA that year, too, in August. And, when I went to LA, I got high off weed. Because, you can go to LA and don't smoke weed. It's just, you can't do it. Even if you're not a smoker. I don't smoke. But when I went to LA, I smoked. And I had a revelation while I was high on my own. Because I had smoked on my own one of the nights. And 1, I was just like, that's stuff for me. And 2, I was like, I have to forgive Femi while I was high, I had an epiphany. Like, I have to forgive him. Every time we would argue, I would bring up that he wasn't there for me when I lost the baby, and I would just constantly bring it up. And so I was like, when I go home, this is what I was thinking in my head while I was high. I'm gonna tell Femi I forgive him. And I went home, I'm like, Femi, when I get home, I gotta talk to you. We gotta talk about something serious. He like, okay, he got an attitude. I think he thought I probably fucked somebody in LA or something crazy. Like, he was on some other shit. Because then when he came to the house, he came in with an attitude. He's like, I already know how y'all girls get down. I'm like, what is he talking about? Like, I'm on some other shit. I'm on some forgiveness shit. Like, you on some other shit. So then I just told him, like, I forgive him. I started crying. And, like, it really helped. Like, forgiveness is really helpful. It is hard to forgive. But at least for me, when I forgave him for that, it really helped me move past the ectopic pregnancy. The therapy, when she told me that not everybody's going to understand, that helped me. Forgiving Femi helped big time. Like, I don't ever bring that up in arguments no more. And it just helped me, like, move past it. And, get there. You know, so that was, like, a really dark space for me. And see, I told you this episode's going to be long. And yeah, I won't say, did I fully move past that time pregnancy? I don't think you ever fully move past that. It's not even just about the pregnancy. It's about the trauma of the surgery for me too. So, you know, I think I kind of moved past it though. Like, I could bring it up. I did this episode, so that says a lot. I used to couldn't talk about it. But, yeah. I feel like I can't tell my pregnancy story without telling that story because they all really align with each other. So now this year I'm pregnant, 26 weeks, and you know, for me it wasn't the easiest. Like, I got a lot of migraines, and this is during the COVID. It's just like, I can't drink. And yeah, I moved again while pregnant, but you know, I had so much help. Shout out to Femi, my mother, my father, my brother. Everybody just helped me through my moving process. You know, I just been kicking it, making the podcast episodes. I've been doing what I can. I wouldn't say it's easy. You know, I can't take baths anymore. I'm a bath girl. I love taking baths. I know they say taking baths is dirty. You lay in your own dirt. Whatever. I've been taking baths since I was like, God knows when. Because now I can't get out the tub without, like, it's just like a project. So now I only take showers. Every time I get up, it's like, all these noises. It's just a lot, you know. I definitely want to wait 4 or 5 years till I have another kid. Now that I'm almost at the finish line, in 13 weeks, I will be having a baby. It is weird imagining me with a baby. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I do get nervous sometimes. Like, lately, like imagining like a baby in my hand and like, you know, like just taking care of a little child. Like, it's gonna be so weird. Like, I'm not gonna come up here and act like I'm ready to be a mom. Like, I am, but I'm not. Like, I feel like I'm not grown. I don't do much. I think I don't do much because it's COVID though. Like, nobody do much now. But I don't know. It's just now weird. Like, I don't know how people do it. Like, I be thinking about me with a baby, like giving birth, like, and then the baby, like, oh my God. But you know, I ain't got no choice. So, you know, I'm not gonna front. Like, I be envisioning me with little baby Roman, and I'm just like, oh my God. It's nerve-wracking. I get very nervous. I do get a little bit of anxiety thinking about it. I'm not gonna come up here and pretend like I don't. Especially because even though I wanted a kid, it's still like I'm about to have a kid. But I see people do it every day, so I'm just like, okay, everything's gonna be fine. Like, I could do this. Like, me and Femi gonna rock it out. Like, it's just weird. Like, you gotta think about work and just daycare and just people watching him and just like, oh my God. Like, so yeah, I do get nervous at the idea of being pregnant. That's what people like, oh, why you don't show, you know, like, I'm not like that pregnant person that's mad pregnant, like mad extra, like every 5 minutes, like, yes, I'm pregnant, yes, I'm having a baby. Oh my God, my back hurts. Like, I'm not that pregnant person. Number one, I have mad pregnant friends, and when they was pregnant and I wasn't pregnant, I was just like, oh my God, they so pregnant. And when they like, I definitely was not inspired to have kids. As you can tell by my whole freaking story, I was inspired to have kids because I experienced a loss of a kid. I didn't give a fuck, seeing people get married and have kids. That shit did not fucking impress me. Okay. I already knew what it was having kids. So I was definitely didn't feel inspired to have a kid because I saw my friends with kids. I was definitely not one of those. And I think too, that's why things happen for a reason. God, he drags it sometimes. Like, you ain't have to give me any type of pregnancy and whatnot. Like, you could show me another way. I feel like he wanted me to experience wanting to be a mother. Like, I do feel like had I not had that pregnancy, and it's good to also, look and think of why things might have happened. When would I have gotten pregnant? Like, would I have ever wanted to do it? Like, when would I have done it? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, when would have been the day? Like, I feel like that happened to put the pressure on me. Like, not like, like, I feel like I kept taking Plan B's. Like, I knew I wanted a kid, but I was scared. And I feel like God did that to just show me, like, I'm going to be all right. Like, you could do it, Ricky. You're going to do it. I'm going to make sure you do it. Like, things happen for a reason. I don't think things don't happen for a reason. Like, that made me, like, say, I can have a kid and I want a kid. And that's something that I want. You know what I'm saying? It was extreme, but hey, it had to happen that way. So it is what it is. He got put the pressure on me. A little extreme, but yeah. Like, I see people do every day, so I know that we can have kids. I was a kid before I came out, okay, a little nutty, but whatever. You can't have it all. So I don't know. It's just like weird. People look and they're like, oh, why she not showing for pregnancy? Like, I've been through some shit. If you watch this podcast episode, you see I've been through some shit. That's why I was not one of them girls posting on my belly. I was nervous. I was full of anxiety. Y'all don't know people's stories, so don't ever judge. Like, I know some people who were struggling with getting pregnant a lot, losing kids a lot. And I know a girl who put up her pregnancy photos after she had a baby. Nobody knew she was pregnant on social media until after she had the baby. And if I would have did that, then what the fuck? People just make up ideas as to why you do stuff. You're like, oh, she did that because she don't really want to be with him. She didn't really want to get pregnant. No, I did that because I've been through some shit. Like, I really, real life, been through some psychological shit when it comes to getting pregnant. So we gotta really be mindful of how we view and treat people when it comes to things. Like, just like they say, don't ask women why you haven't had a baby yet. We don't know what they've been through. Like, even too, I remember some girl actually, oh, why you ain't married yet? Why you don't got a man yet? Or whatever. Like, oh, somebody asked, oh, how your brother got married before you? I'm like, how doesn't matter. But then when I asked her why she ain't have a kid yet, on my shady shit, even though I don't find that funny, like, but I'm just saying, like, we gotta all be mindful how we talk and treat people. Like, we cannot ask people why they didn't get married yet. We cannot ask people why they didn't have kids yet. We cannot ask people why they didn't go out their parents' house. Like, mind your fucking business. Like, you don't know people's circumstances. Like, people's circumstances are so unique. Like, you really don't be knowing. Like, shit really be crazy out here. Like, for real, like, pregnancy. Like, I'm so excited about this pregnancy, but the reason why I can't act like, and I'm happy I don't act like that, because I can't take it. I can't take an overzealous pregnant person. But I don't act like that because I just want to see my baby first. Like, realistically, that's all I want. So I'm very cautious and on just like extra read on about it when it comes to my baby. And that's really what it is. If y'all really want to know why I'm not like mad extra about my pregnancy, here's the episode. Here you go. You got your answer. Because that's really what it is. I'm just like very protective over my belly. My belly is my belly. Like, my baby is my baby. Like, I'm protective over this belly of mine. Okay? Like, for real. That's really what it is. Like, that ass. Like, I'm really overprotected over this baby. So, yeah, that's my pregnancy stories and everything. I told you this episode might be a little long because it's a long story. And I hope it was good. It was insightful. You know, this is like kind of like a story time / I don't know what type of podcast, but I feel like it was important to come here and just like talk about it or whatever the case may be, just to get that episode out the way. And then maybe I'll talk about being a mother, not anytime soon, maybe in a year or so, because obviously I can't be a mother for a week and then talk about being a mother. Like, come on. But yeah, I feel like it was important because I'm not pregnant and I'm just like not talking about being pregnant. It's just like kind of weird. So yeah, I will see you boys when next week. See you guys later.